Hillary's campaign slogan is "It's your time," which I assume is what she says into a mirror while she's deadlifting 200 pounds.
Cecily Strong from last year. Welcome back to CNN's coverage of the White House Correspondents' Dinner. We're joined now on the panel by Donald Trump supporter Kayleigh McEnany and Ted Cruz supporter Buck Sexton. We have some Republicans in the House right now, even though it is a Democratic president at his final Correspondents' Dinner. Kayleigh, I think you're going to like this net part right now because Jeff Zeleny on the red carpet spoke to some other Donald Trump fans.
What do you think the party will look like if Donald Trump wins?
Well, we're going to...
Yeah, exactly. It's called diversity. It's something the Republican Party's never had. And talk about girl power, honest girl power, I think you'll actually see.
Yeah.
You've actually worked in a White House, though, before, right? So tell me, what do you think Mr. Trump's White House will look like?
Well, I think that his White House will be a little bit different because his policy positions are different. We have just gone through 7 years of Democratic policies, and it's been very interesting. But Donald has a clear vision about making this nation safe, about making sure that we secure our borders, and making sure we have an economic prosperity for all Americans, creating new job opportunities as well.
But a night like this, you know, some people still think Donald Trump is not the most serious candidate in the world. Do you think he has already proven them wrong, or does he still have to do that?
Listen, we're on the cusp of him becoming the Republican nominee. I mean, we're literally a sneeze away from getting to Cleveland, him claiming that nomination, and then we're going full steams ahead, Trump train to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Hillary Clinton, how tough of an opponent will she be?
Well, you know, I work with the Clintons,
right,
and I think the secretary is very tough. I think she's going to be a worthy opponent. And I think the great thing about this race is you have a very experienced politician, and then you have someone who's starting a movement, and he's not afraid to be tough. So you're going to see a showdown of the ages.
What do you think of the woman card that's been played the last couple days?
You're asking all the tough questions. I got to toss that to Katrina, the official.
We've already heard Katrina talk about it on our air a lot. What do you think about it?
You know what? The great thing about this country is that we as women have been striving for equality. And so since Hillary Clinton wants equality, she's going to get a level playing field in this race. He's going to go after her just as tough as he would Kasich. He's going to go after her just as tough as he would go Ted Cruz. And that's what equality is, right? You don't want him to come into this race against her with kid gloves on, right? That would undermine her power to be the first.
Do you think President Obama tonight will be tough on Donald Trump again, or do you think he's learned his lesson?
I was in the room the night that he had his moment with Donald Trump, and it was very uncomfortable. Donald will not be there to defend himself, but believe me, he has thick skin, and it's about fun, it's about humor, and next year, Donald will be delivering the laughs and the punchlines.
Jeff Zeleny asking all the tough questions to Omarosa, Katrina Pearson, and Scottie Nell Hughes. It was interesting to see that discussion. She did have the last laugh, Kayleigh, saying that next year Donald Trump will be delivering the punchlines.
That would be the best White House correspondent dinner ever, to have Donald Trump up there. I cannot even imagine, because he's so humorous on the campaign trail. To have him there, I think it'd be just the best.
Really let someone else write his jokes, though, because what makes us funny is the comedians right there. He's like, I'll do it. I'm the greatest comedian ever. It's going to be an unbelievable speech. I promise you it'll be great. That's what I'm worried about.
But he is a pretty great comedian, right? I mean, come on, Lion Ted, Little Marco, he's hysterical. I think he might not need
Is this an area of an agreement here, Mark Lamont Hill? I imagine you're not a Trump voter.
Very savvy you are.
But you're agreeing with Kayleigh that he has some comedic abilities.
He has some comedic abilities, but being able to be funny on the cuff is different than writing 30 minutes of material for a crowd, particularly a liberal crowd. And I'm not saying the media is liberal, but there are a lot of liberals in the audience. Hollywood ain't laughing at him.
I am so glad you brought that up, because this is a Hollywood crowd. This is a Democratic president, which means, look, if you bring your guests who are in the administration, it's going to be a more Democratic audience, Buck. Do Republicans like watching the White House Correspondents' Dinner?
I've been to one, so I can tell you that I think that generally speaking, everyone has sort of a truce in mind, and this year it would be a truce not just between Republicans and Democrats, that everyone should be able to relax and laugh. And I do think that presidents in recent years, President Obama, President Bush before him, have done a good job making jokes that everybody actually can laugh at. It's not particularly rough or partisan. There's not the sort of stuff where you're laughing at people instead of laughing with them, perhaps maybe with one exception with the Trump moment that was mentioned earlier. I think that was a little more, but again, Donald Trump can certainly take it. And within the Republican Party atmosphere right now, I think that there'll be a sense that, everyone can sort of let bygones be bygones for now, because it has been quite a rough and tumble primary. But yeah, I think that people want to see President Obama's speech. He's done a good job in the past. And if he's going to go for it, by the way, and try to sort of push some of the lines on comedy a little bit, and he has, I think, gotten better as he's done this year after year, this would be the year to see it. So I'm looking forward to it.
You want him to go for it? You want the president to go for it?
Oh, of course I want him to go for it, because it's either going to be funny or it'll be in the papers on Monday. President Obama bombs going after the Republicans, can't even have a night of joy with everybody. So I win either way. So I hope he's, right on the edge.
And Kaylee, you think Donald Trump should get a response tonight? It's like just like the State of the Union with the Republican response. Do you think Donald Trump
that
should
would be awesome. I would love to see a Donald Trump rebuttal, because I think he could be as funny as the president, just like off script. So I think it'd be hysterical. And by the way, it takes the narrative off Ted Cruz right before Indiana. Making fun of Donald Trump's better than talking about a Carly Fiorina VP. So.
Well, the good news for Ted Cruz, though, is it's definitely going to be harder to really score those big jokes against Ted Cruz, I think, than Donald Trump.
I don't know. It'd be pretty easy.
I don't know about that. Ted Cruz is pretty
You have to realize there's a lot of hilarious.
All right, what we're going to do is we're going to take a break, and the comedians here are going to come up with their best Ted Cruz jokes. We'll come back and deliver them. All right, to keep up with all things political, the good, the bad, and the ridiculous, just download the new CNN Politics app. This thing is awesome. It's available from the iTunes Store. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go away. We're standing by for the arrival of the first couple. That's not them. That's Princess Leia.